Hi Stampers, Sarah here. Welcome to a video tutorial here at Mrs. Lincoln's Inkin. It has been months since I have posted a video due to my family and I moving into a new home, but we are all settled now. The craft room is all up and ready, so I'm super excited to be posting another video here. The video that we are going to be watching today, the project that we're going to be making, is this cute little matchbox. When you open it up, you can stuff a gift card in there, little treats, little note, whatever you want to put in there. And this project is made using the envelope punch board. So let's go ahead and just get started. First, what you're going to need is your base. This is what is going to be your wraparound for your box, and this is cut at 3 3/4 by 6 3/4. Then you're going to need a piece of DSP, and I'm using the Back to Black DSP. I love this paper pack, and this piece is cut at 6 by 6. Then you're going to need 2 layering pieces for the top of your box. I'm using the Strawberry Slush, and this is cut at 2 1/4 by 3 5/8. And then the topper piece for on top of the Strawberry Slush, I'm using the Whisper White, and this is cut at 2 by 3 3/8. Then this piece is optional. This is the insert piece that's going to go inside your matchbox right there. And again, I'm using the Strawberry Slush, and this also is cut at 2 1/4 by 3 5/8. So let's go ahead and put these pieces aside for now, and we're just going to keep the base piece, and we need to do some scoring on that piece. So we need to score this piece with the 6 3/4 at the top. We need to score this at 1 1/4, 2, 4 3/8, and the 3/8 spot is going to be 2 dashes if you're using the Stampin' Up! Paper trimmer, 2 dashes before your 1/2 inch mark, and then 5 1/8, and that mark is 1 or 2 dashes after your 5 inch mark. So we're going to go ahead and put that aside for a second. Now we need the 6 by 6 DSP. I'm going to grab our envelope punch board here. Now we're going to take our 6 by 6 piece and we're going to line it up at the 2 inch mark right there. Then we're going to score and punch. Now we're going to turn it 1/4 of a turn, and we're going to line it up at 3. Score, or punch, and then score. We're going to flip it another 1/4 turn, and we're going to line it up at 2. Punch and score. Turn it our final 1/4 turn and line it up at 3. Punch and score. So it's going to be 2 3 2 3 when you're turning it. Now, once that's done, we need to line up the score line from our punches. So, right here, let me zoom in on that just a little bit so I can make sure that you can see what I'm talking about here. Okay, there, that looks good. Hello, welcome to my fingers. Okay, so this line right here on our little notch that we made, that's what needs to line up right here with this score line, or this score notch on our punch board right here. So that part right here is what we need to line it up with. Zoom back out again. There we go. So once that's lined up, then we need to punch and score. Now we're going to do the same things on all sides. So now this one down here is way down there. So we need to line that up, punch, and score. flip it again, line it up here, right there, punch and score, and then on the final side, line it up down here, punch and score. Perfect. Get the envelope punch board out of the way here and get my little trash out of the way. Okay, so now I don't know if you can really see it on the camera, but now you should have 2 score marks on each side of your paper. Can you see your little box right in there? That's what it's going to be. Now I want this side to be my outside here. I don't want it to be on the inside panel. So when you do that, you want to have that facing downward. So now we just need to fold all of the score lines. Make sure that they're good and reinforced. You always want to make sure that when you're doing any boxes or bags, that your score lines are very crisp. And I would use my bone folder. Oh, I'll just use this because in the mess right now, because my craft room has just been put together, I've been a crafting fool the last few days because I haven't been able to craft like this in a very long time. So get those all nice, good, and reinforced. Okay, now on one of your skinny points here, these are the fat ones, these are the skinny ones, you want to fold this over, take your envelope punch board again, and then you're going to slide that in here when it's folded. Now I just kind of eyeball it, but if I had to give a measurement to get it even, I would say that this point right here, this one right here, would line up at about 1 3/4. And then you're going to punch. Now it should look like that in the middle of it. Isn't that cute? And now that's going to be where our finger goes to pull out our drawer in our matchbox. Super cute. Okay, so once that's done, what we need to do is we need to cut out all of these little squares here. Not cut out, but we need to just snip them on the score lines so it makes it easier for our box to fold. Just like that. So now they fold inwards like this. Cute, cute, cute. Okay, so now what we need to do is on these larger parts right here, we need to do a fold on the first score line and then fold it up on the second score line. Did you see how I did that? We need to do that to all 4 sides. So now we'll move over here. You, on the first score line, fold up. Then on this bottom part, you can feel the second score line with your fingers. You fold it up like that. Okay? Fold up on the first score line. Then fold up on the second score line. Up and then up. So you kind of have to use your finger on the second score line to kind of push it into that you'll be able to feel the score line notch in there to get it to fold up. Alright, so once that's done, we need to put sticky strip down on, on these score lines right here. Because when we fold them down, we want them to be really good and secure. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just put my sticky strip here, but I'm actually going to use the fast fuse because it's faster. And a little trick that I've learned with the fast fuse is that when you bring your fast fuse down, if you kind of twist it and then flick it, it really helps it to get a clean breakaway. This fast fuse stuff, it's no joke. It's super sticky. Okay, so then 1 score, 1 score, 1 score, 1 score. All right, perfect. Now I'm going to put fast fuse again on these little triangles that I have holding on here. Now you could skip the fast fuse on the on just that one spot that we just did. I like to do it there though because I just feel like it's a little bit more secure. Okay, so now we're just going to fold this down, this down, this down, and this down. Now you still have your little flaps here, and that's where our glue dots come into play. So we're going to take some mini glue dots here, and we're just going to stick them right on the inside of our little flaps. Just like that. Oh, and I actually did it on the wrong side. See, can you tell how long it's been? Oh my goodness. We need to do them on the outside of our flap, not on the inside. That's okay. It's like I always say, if there isn't some mistakes, then it's just not homemade if it's perfect. I don't know if I tell myself that more because I tend to make more mistakes and I'm trying to make myself feel better, or if that's just how it is. Alright, so once we get my boo-boos off there, we put them on the outside of the flaps. There we go. Then you fold your flaps in and line up the edges, just like that. There. And then there is your little box. How adorable is that? Oh my goodness. Okay. So now we're going to take one of our strawberry slushes. This is the one that's cut at 2 1/4 by 3 5/8, and see, it fits in there perfectly. So perfect. So I'm just going to take the fast fuse again, just like that, and I'm going to stick it here in the bottom of my box. Now you could use a matching piece of DSP, you could use a totally different color. I just wanted it to match the topper piece of my project today. Alright, so now we're going to go back to our basic black piece and we're going to fold on all the score lines here. Just like that. And now what we want to do is we want to adhere this together. So what I like to do is use a piece of red sticky or the fast fuse, put it right on the edge. It doesn't matter really what edge because it's all gonna do the same purpose. You're gonna fold on the score line there, the first score line on each side, and then you're gonna line this up and stick it down, and then that's going to help you get it straight instead of trying to, then you can just fluff up your box. Isn't that cute? Then you can do the same thing when you're putting your topper piece on. So now I'm going to take my Whisper White, and I'm using the Really Good Greeting stamp set. I'm using the Finally a Day that is really all about you, and the Strawberry Slush ink. So I'm just going to ink my image up here, and then press it down. Oop, now I don't like how that came out, so I'm just going to flip it over and do it again. Yeah, much better. There we go. Alright, and I forgot my ribbon. See, the room's still too new. I don't know where anything is. And then I'm just going to make a quick bow, folding it around. And I like to do my bows when they're on the spool still because it wastes less ribbon. You can make it as big or as little as you want by just pulling the tails here, trying to get it even and not curled. I'll fix it later. So you just make it as big or as little as you want. Snip the ends to make your little tail, and you just give it a tug to make it tight. There we go. Then I will take another glue dot here if I can find them in my mess. Put that right on the back of my bow. And then put my bow right here. Cute. Then I'm going to adhere this with my snail to my other strawberry slush piece. And then I'm going to use some dimensionals and pop this up on my top of my box right here. On the front would help. There we go. Perfect. Fluff this up and then stick my box in there. How adorable. How cute is that? Well, Stampers, thank you so much for stopping by today. I really appreciate it. Until next time, happy inking!